Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for this video today. If this is your first time here, I'm TJ, and if it's not your first time here, welcome back. So it's almost been 2 years since I started my anti-aging skincare journey, and I feel that I've done pretty okay with it. So if we just skip to the beginning of my skincare journey, you know, at this point I was approaching my 40s, but I got the skin and the complexion of someone in their mid to late 50s. My jowls were really pronounced, my eyelids were non-existent, they were hooded, they were sagging, and the lines and wrinkles on my face kind of made me look like an old leather purse. And you know, there's nothing wrong with having lines and wrinkles or jowls or sagging skin. And for me personally, I don't want to erase them completely. So the whole point of my skincare journey wasn't to erase the fine lines and wrinkles on my face and to stretch my skin to be as tight as a drum. It was just to give me a boost of confidence and have me looking the best that I can at the age that I am. You know, and I'm really happy with the way that things have progressed so far. So let's move on to my most favourite device for taking care of my entire face, the sides of my neck, and on my body, such as under my arms, on my muffin tops, you know. And this device, which for me has captured me right from the start, and is still, in my opinion, my best performing device, is my original radio frequency machine. This is my bipolar RF machine. It is dedicated radio frequency. There are no other frequencies or modalities with this machine. I've had this device for 2 years now. It is still going strong. I still use it regularly, at least once every 6 to 8 weeks. It's really helped to improve the lax skin that was running along my jawline. It's made a huge difference on my upper eyelid. It's kind of helping to soften the neck bands that I've got from tech neck. But when it comes to radio frequency, this one really is the cream of the crop in my opinion. It was super cheap when I got it. It still is super cheap. The thing is that there are so many tools out there now that offer radio frequency. I've tried a lot of them. You guys who've been following me for a while or seen my other videos, you'll have seen that I have a lot of radio frequency devices that I've used. Some of them have come close to matching this one. And when it comes to maybe portable devices or things that I can take with me when I'm traveling, but when it comes to professional grade treatments, this is my number one. It's been my number one since the start. There's been a few occasions where it almost fell to the wayside, but if my building was on fire and I could only drag one of my devices out, this is the one that I would take. But obviously when it comes to skincare and skincare treatments, you need to approach things from multiple directions using multiple modalities, which is where my second favorite device comes in. And that is the Mojia Feipushi microcurrent device. Now, I absolutely love this device. Unlike with the radio frequency, which I only use every 6 to 8 weeks, I use this one pretty much every day to every other day, depending on how my skin is looking. Now, I use microcurrent for boosting the ATP in my skin, or the adenosine triphosphate, which is basically fuel for your skin cells, but it also works on the superficial muscles. And what it does is, by working on those superficial muscles, it helps to elevate the skin slightly. It kind of gives more lift. It softens out the fine lines and wrinkles. You can use it over the top of sheet masks, over your favorite serums. And it's just perfect for running along the facial contours, such as running along the jawline and up to the corner of the jawbone. It's great for giving a little bit of a lift above the brow. Now, there are a lot of microcurrent devices on the market, some that look very similar to this, that are a lot more well known. I've actually tried the more well-known microcurrent devices, and the Mojia Feipushi far outperforms any of the others that I've tried when it comes to the microcurrent frequency. But also, it's just super durable, super affordable, and really easy to add into your daily skincare routine. Now, talking about microcurrent, another of my favourite frequencies is EMS, or electric muscle stimulation. We've also covered radio frequency, and this next device also contains that, and that is the Mojia Mini Hifu 2nd generation 3-in-1 device. Now, I've got a lot of videos on my channel covering Mini Hifu and how I use it. Originally, I started my journey with the 1st generation Mini Hifu, which had the Mini Hifu frequency, or high intensity focused ultrasound, and it also had radio frequency built in. The 2nd generation model has the high intensity focused ultrasound, it's got the radio frequency, and it also has EMS built in. Now, EMS is really great if you're looking at really working out those muscles and toning and lifting and adding volume to areas of the face. For me, I found that the EMS works really well for kind of bulking up my cheek muscles and kind of giving them a little bit more volume, a little bit more shape, but also lifting. And when you lift your cheeks, you're kind of going to soften out your nasolabial area. You can also use it along the jawline, on the lower jowl area to kind of lift everything up. It's perfect for using underneath the neck and the chin area. You avoid the center line of the neck where you have your thyroid gland, you've got your voice box, your larynx, all of those things are right here. It's just always best to avoid the center line of the neck. You don't want to go disrupting your hormone production. You don't want to go interfering with your voice box or your larynx. So yeah, just avoid the center line, take care of the sides, the back of the neck, and anywhere else that you want to. Yeah, when it comes to complementary treatments, the Hifu definitely is the perfect partner for radiofrequency. They both work in different layers of the skin. The Hifu focuses on the smash layer, which is the fibrous layer beneath all of the subcutaneous fat and the tissue. Radiofrequency focuses more on the dermis and the epidermis, stimulating the collagen, boosting elastin, and kind of just giving more volume and tightness to the area. Exactly like with EMS and microcurrent. So EMS you use for the deeper muscles, microcurrent you use for superficial muscles and boosting ATP. So over the last year, I've been experimenting more with LED lights and LED masks, and I've had light panels, I've had the infrared bulbs, but there's one mask that I got my hands on that actually surprised me with how well my skin responded to using it, especially when using it regularly. And that mask is the Evenskyn Mirage. Now this mask has anti-aging LEDs, it's got anti-acne LED, and it boosts your skin vitality. Now this is a really well-made and durable mask. It comes with a remote that connects via a USB cable, and it is super powerful. So just to give you an idea, let's just turn it on. So we have the red light, we have the anti-acne blue light, and we have the skin boosting orange yellow light. So once you've got this mask on, it is super comfortable. It runs on a timer, it runs for 10 minutes. I like to use a green tea serum with this. I typically focus more on the red light, but as someone who suffers with adult acne, I've just found that the blue light really does seem to help with controlling the acne causing bacteria. And while I don't feel that it really tightens my skin up or does much with the elasticity of my skin, I do feel that it kind of evens out my complexion. It helps with the ruddiness and the redness that I get in my skin. It's really great just for kind of when you want to kick back and relax, put a movie on, put your favorite serums onto your skin and just leave them to soak in and absorb. Now this is slightly more pricey than many of the LED masks that I've used in the past. Just for me, for comfort and convenience, that yeah, this one is definitely on my list. Okay, so talking about devices that use lights on the skin, the next one that is on my list is the Neatcell Picosecond laser. Now I have both the red light version and the professional blue light version of the Picosecond, and I typically use it for taking care of the small thread veins that I get appearing on my face. Unfortunately, genetics means that I'm predisposed to them. I've also used it for reducing the redness that I get from my acne scarring, for fading down the semi-permanent eyebrow tattoos that I had, and also for performing the Hollywood carbon peel. Now obviously, being a laser device, it comes with a few more risks than many of the other devices that I use. It's something that you want to really take your time getting to learn how to use it, understanding how it works, knowing when you should avoid using it, and obviously taking the right kind of precautions to protect your eyes and protect yourself from burns. Amazing little device, something to handle with care, but yeah, when you know what you're doing with it, it's definitely something that, you know, I wouldn't do without now. So we have two more devices on this list, which leads us on to my microneedling pen. Now this is the TBPHP Microneedle Pen, or the Needle Pen. I typically do cosmetic microneedling once every 2 to 3 weeks just to help with product penetration, especially when I'm looking at taking care of my acne scarring and maybe getting a little bit more out of my superficial skin peeling solutions that I use. And then around about once every 3 months, I like to do a medical microneedling session, which means that I'm going into my skin at around about 2 millimeters deep. But I really feel that microneedling is an integral part of my skincare routine and has played a huge role in kind of giving my skin maximum collagen boosting, kind of perfecting my pores and my appearance, and delivering some of my more cosmetic grade serums and topicals deeper into the deeper layers of the skin without having to use them as mesotherapy injections or things like that. Again, this is a tool that I've had pretty much from the start of my journey. Still going strong, still working fine, can get the cartridges on Amazon and eBay, and in my opinion, the microneedling or the derma pen is a great place to start. And lastly, another tool that I've used for helping to take care of my adult acne, but also just for refining my skin tone and my texture, is the high frequency wand. Now this tool has got a lot of different attachments with it. It's got one for using in your hair, it's got them for massage, it's got rollers for taking care of the underarm area. It really does have everything that you need to do like full body treatment. Now admittedly the actual device itself does look a little bit suspicious. But with that aside, I just feel that this really has helped me kind of take control of my acne, and also helping me just kind of experiment more with my skincare and the way that different tools and devices work. There are several different ways that you can use it depending on what your targets are. For me, I use a combination of the direct and the indirect method. So with the direct method, you're applying it directly to the skin, which is really great if you've got acne coming up or a pimple coming up that you really want to zap away. The indirect method is perfect for creating ozone, which sterilizes the skin, cleans everything up, gets rid of that bacteria, and just leaves you with a really clear and clean complexion. But yeah, those are my favourite skincare devices that I use regularly. Some of them I've been using right from the beginning of my skincare journey, and some of them have been more recent additions. But everything that I've learned, whether it's been self-taught, whether I've learned it in the classroom, or whether it's something that I've done at work, has helped me achieve the kind of skincare goals that I've been after. Just a couple of years ago, I used to hide myself away. It would be the cap on, big shades, you know, just concealing myself from the world because I hated what I saw in the mirror and I didn't want to force other people to look at that. To today where, you know, I don't love what I see in the mirror. I'm not quite that vain, but I feel confident in my own skin, which I haven't felt for a long time. So I'm really curious to know if you've got any of these tools or machines, and if you have, what you think of them and how you use them. Of course, if you enjoyed this video or you just kind of like seeing my face again, then make sure you give it a like. I'm also a lot more active on Instagram now, so I'm going to throw a link to my Instagram account down below in the description box. And of course, if you haven't done so already and you keep forgetting to do it, why not take a moment to subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on so you're first to know whenever I upload a new video. For those of you who have been with me since the start of my journey, thank you so much for sticking with me this long. And for those of you who are reasonably new or completely new to it, it's great having you join me, and yeah, I look forward to sharing more with you. So guys, have an amazing day ahead of you, enjoy the rest of your week, and I really look forward to seeing you in my next video. So until then, TJ over and out.